Hi everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So it's Saturday. I am bringing you my weekly update today, and I thought we would just sit down and chat. I really don't have a format set up for today, but I just kind of wanted to bring you up to date. I had touched base on how my trips went the past couple of weeks, and let's just jump in there. I went to Gatlinburg and went for a girls' weekend, and although I tried to be good with most of my eating, I was not as good as I could have been. I went into vacation mode, which I'm sure that some of you have probably done too. So I went into vacation mode, I came back home for 2 days, and I went straight into a 5-day camping trip. And the 5-day camping trip was barbecue and pulled pork. We had the smoker out there, and I'm sure that you can guess how my 5-day camping trip went from there. So although I did try to make some good choices, they weren't great. They weren't great. And I just feel like it was a back-to-back, I didn't want to say disaster, but it was just a back-to-back, I don't know, it was just too hard 5-dayers for me. And when I got back, I basically was a little mad at myself. I did not jump totally back into exercise. I did not jump back into a full meal prep. I did do a couple of things. I got my overnight oats done, so at least I wasn't, screwing totally up for breakfast. And a couple of days, I just opened up a can of vegetables and had that because I thought that that was better than the alternative. But then dinner came around, and I didn't make such great choices at dinner because, again, we were doing it on the fly. I really didn't have anything prepared. So I am going to prepare better this upcoming week. I did my grocery order today. I'll pick that up tomorrow morning. I did get my stuff so that I can prep my breakfast, lunch, and snacks next week. I planned out some healthier dinners for us next week. And next week we're going on another 3-dayer, but it's just him and I, so there's not going to be a lot. It's going to be more controlled. I can just say that. It's going to be more controlled. We're at a more quiet campground, and it'll be a little easier for us to, or for me, to stay in control. And since it's just him and I am going to plan a couple of healthy meals. I am going to eat better breakfast. I'm going to eat a better lunch. So if we do choose to have a little bit a more pointy dinner, it'll be totally fine. Whew, that was a lot. So that's where I'm at. I definitely want to get back into exercise this week. So I am going to start tomorrow on Sunday and make sure that I get some type of activity in and try to get back on my 30 minutes of activity. Now, since I've been off the wagon for a few weeks, I will say I've been off the wagon for a few weeks. I'm going to ease myself back into it, but I'm going to commit to 3 days this week. I'm going to try for more, but I'm going to commit to 3. And I'll let you know next week how that goes. So hopefully that will go pretty well, and I won't have to come on here next week and feel like a complete failure. Which is, I'm being pretty hard on myself right now, if you can't tell. I'm just being super hard on myself. And it seems like ever since the being let go from WW, because if you haven't watched that, I do have a video about what happened. But basically, they closed the center I was working at. They closed multiple centers, and there were more than 100 of us that were let go. So if you want the full details on that, you definitely go back and watch the Why I No Longer Work at WW video. It's a little emotional, so be prepared that, it may be, if you haven't seen it, it might pull on your heartstrings. I know that after I watched it, I ended up crying again. So it threw me for a loop. But ever since that happened, I have been struggling. And I bet you I put on probably 8 pounds. I keep going up, I keep going down, I keep going up, I keep going down. The 8 pounds might be the back-to-back vacations, but it wasn't 8 pounds, but you know what I'm saying. In my mind, it's like 2,500 pounds. Again, being super hard on myself. All right, so that kind of brings you up to date with where I am today. Tomorrow I plan to track all day. I'm going to do way better. Haven't been doing much reading. I did take my books with me when I went on, on my vacations. I just didn't have any time to read. I I have been watching a lot of TV. The Conjuring, the new Conjuring, if you're into horror movies, the new Conjuring movie released yesterday, I think yesterday, at the theaters and on HBO Max, which I do have. And I made it through half of it, and then we had to go to my granddaughter's softball game. So we made it through half that show, so I'm going to watch the other half of that tomorrow while I'm on my treadmill. See, a little motivation for me. So the past couple of weeks, since I knew this one was coming out, I went ahead and watched the entire Conjuring series, which I think there were like 6 or 7 movies before this one. And they were all pretty good. So if you've heard about, if you've seen the scary movie about that doll Annabelle, that's kind of where Annabelle came from, was the Conjuring series. So super good, like super good. If you like things like that, if they scare you, definitely don't watch them. If you're on borderline scary, don't watch them because they're pretty good. So the first half of that movie is super good. So I can't wait to finish watching that one tomorrow. Trying to think what else I want to tell you this week. I will be filming my meal prep starting this week again. I know I took a little bit of a hiatus, but again, there was no reason for me to meal prep if I was going to be out of town, and I really wasn't taking my food to Tennessee because that would have just been crazy. I did take some Premier Proteins. I did have those for breakfast almost every single day that I was gone. So that was great. That definitely gave me a kickstart to my day and helped. But yeah, the rest of the day was just... So anyway, we're done. We're done talking about that. We can't live in the past, right? Let me know in the comments if you've kind of had a couple of back-to-back debacles that have kind of thrown you for a loop. I swore that this summer I would be under my goal weight. I definitely wanted to not have to worry about how I looked while I was outdoors doing activities, and I'm not where I want to be. So hopefully I can get my butt in gear, and before the end of summer, be there. Maybe middle of summer, be there. But I definitely do not want to spend the entire summer worried about how my clothes are fitting, or worried about how I look, or second guessing everything. I hate doing that. I hate doing it to myself, and I don't know why I have myself in that position again. Wow, this is just not even a happy let's so sorry. If you came here looking for a big motivation weekly update, this is probably not it. I like I said, I wasn't sure where this one was going. Dinners this week, we are having stuffed peppers. We're going to have hot dogs, but I have my turkey hot dogs, so I can totally get by with that. We are going to have spaghetti. I'll be having whole wheat pasta, whereas they'll be having the regular pasta. And I'm going to do ground turkey in that this week, so that'll definitely be a good one. And the other meal, I think we're going to do cheeseburgers, but I might just kind of make him cheeseburgers and have something different that week. So I think that's all I wanted to tell you. Hopefully I will have a more upbeat update for you next Saturday. I'm out of my funk. I mean, it's been a couple of days. I'm not as mad at myself today, which should get me back on that treadmill tomorrow. So I'm not as mad at myself today. So hopefully that'll help get me motivated a little bit more in the morning. I have a couple of things to do, a couple errands, couple of things to get done around the house. So I plan on eating all my meals at home tomorrow. So that'll be a huge plus. and hopefully that'll kickstart me into Monday and get me ready to go. All right, so I know I'm rambling. I'm not sure how long I've been going. I really need to set a timer when I start these, but I'm going to wrap up today's video. Again, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you're still continuing to enjoy my weekly updates. Sorry, this one was not my normal yoo-hoo, but I swear I'll get back there. And with that said, I want to thank you for tuning into my channel, and we will see you next video.